Hey everybody, Mo here. So in this video, I'm going to play some Sion Draven for you guys. This is the most dominant deck on ladder at the moment, and really dominant in tournaments as well because of the matchup spread this deck has. It is extremely strong in the fact that it can both out value and outgrind most other mid-range decks and even control decks in the game right now, as well as you randomly get these hyper-aggressive openers where you go like, oh, I go 2-1 and then a 2-mana 4/2 fearsome unit, and then boom, you're taking 6 damage, over a quarter of your life total on turn 2, and there's not much you can do about that. And because of the different mix-ups this deck has of the, oh, am I going to be aggressive this game? Am I going to be the super grindy match this game? Are you dead on 7? Are you dead on 10? Are you dead on 4? Like, not 4, but like, are you dead on 6 or something like that, depending on what build they're playing, if they're playing the Reborn Grenadiers, you could be dead on turn 4. It's just, there's so much you can do with this style of deck. I think it's extremely strong. I predict that this will be the most played deck in the seasonals. I think that it's just has insane matchup tables. I know before I was saying you should ban Nami all the time, but I think at this point you should probably just ban Sion Draven because it is extremely consistent. Basically, Nami Zoe is a higher power deck when you draw Nami, right? But the problem is if you don't draw Nami, the deck is a little bit less powerful. And with this deck, obviously, you're most powerful when you draw a Lost Soul, but you can still do things if you don't draw a Lost Soul, and you're still a decent deck. Like, you can go Zonite, like I said, Zonite into Fallen Rider, boom, that's 6 damage. You have a 4/2 Fearsome blocker, that's nuts. If you play the Reborn Grenadier package, you could be super hyper aggressive and just like do a 5 damage on turn 1 style of thing, right? So you can still do a lot of things if you don't have the Lost Soul or if you don't have the Sion on 7. Obviously, having those makes this deck power level just go over 9,000, but if you don't have those, you are still a very strong and consistent deck. So the plan going into seasonals, a very strong one, is to just ban Draven Sion and then try and either make sure you beat Nami Zoe or just hope that they don't have both Nami Zoe and Draven Sion in their lineup. But I think if your lineup loses to both of those, your lineup is probably not that great. Personally, I've been saying that for months now. But anyways, that's too much tournament talk. We're just going to focus on this deck. In this video, I have a bunch of good games for you. I have a game where I am super aggressive. I have a game in the mirror match showing you how to play in that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. But before we get into the video, I wanted to remind you guys that 60% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to me. So if you could do me a huge favor and click the subscribe button, that'll help me out so much. And if you click the bell, that'll help me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm as well. And it'll just make me a very happy person. We're at, I think, like 3,500 subs right now, and I'm trying to hit 5,000 before the end of the year. So if you guys could help me reach that goal, that would be super awesome. That's it for the intro. Hope you guys enjoy the games. Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule is opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond and you're top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so it looks like Viego Freljord, so I'm assuming this is some type of like Endure deck or something like that. So we're just going to try and be aggressive and eventually just go over the top with Sion. I don't want to get OTK'd by an Endure. That's really good. Aloof is great because it'll discard either the Atrocity or hopefully just the Endure itself. So that's really nice. My mulligan, I know I went through that kind of fast, but I wanted to keep Draven because Draven on 3 is nuts, and you always keep Lost Soul in your opener because Lost Soul is the best champion in your deck. So, yeah, you want to keep both of those. You don't really want Sion in your opening hand unless you're in the mirror match. That's the only matchup where I actually keep Sion because in the mirror match, it's very much like, do you have Sion on 7? If yes, and your opponent doesn't, then you're really happy. So right here, we're just going to play our units, going to try and build some type of an early game lead, some early pressure. We're going to go just Simp Dredger into Flame Chompers, into Aloof Traveler on 4 more than likely. We'll see what happens, what they play. If they end up playing a unit that can block, we might just play the Draven here and go like Draven into Aloof. We'll see. I really want to get this Aloof down so they can't, play those Endures or play the Atrocity. Maybe we get really lucky and actually like discard a Viego or something like that, or a Hydravine. Let's go ahead and get rid of Draven, or sorry, play Draven. This is okay. That way, if they have some type of like avalanche and put Draven to 1 HP, we get to keep the Simp Dredger and we get the axe from the Simp Dredger already. Alright, so there's the Caramel Dragon. We just say okay. We could honestly try and level this Draven. So we're gonna do this. I kind of like trying to level Draven here. We'll put Draven to 2. Worst case scenario is we get Blackspeared here, but that's not the worst. We still get our axe, which is pretty good. So we're just going to say, okay, okay. We're probably just going to open attack now because I don't know if this guy's running Avalanche, but I don't want to find out if he's running Avalanche. At least not like this. So we'll see if we can get a nice little cheeky level up on our Draven here. Preferably no, you know, Frostbite like that on my Draven. No, like Whale, Vile Feast, Grasp. Oh, cool. So we leveled Draven. So 3 HP is pretty nice because it no longer dies to the Blighted Ravines and the Avalanches and stuff like that. Also, I mean, just look at that animation. The animation's so... Draven's such a cool champion. I love Draven, for those of you that didn't know. I love me some Draven. So, yep. So we got a nice little Draven level up. So now every Draven we draw will be 4/4 and have Overwhelm. And a 4/4 unit is pretty hard to kill. So, yep. So there's a Blighted Ravine. I am going to go ahead and just aloof. Let's see here. What do we get? Discard. So we discarded the Hydrovine. So that's really, really nice. I'm just going to say, okay. Sounds good. Let's see what our opponent does here. So it's a Diego. I think that's okay. We play Phlox in our deck, but we don't actually have any Phlox right now. So I think I'm just going to Twin Blade and then start trying to kill our opponent here. Get Excited is really, really nice. So we can just pull this to the side here and kind of see what our opponent wants to do. We're really respecting the Avalanche. If we wanted to, we could do like some Dredgers and a Risen Rider and not open attack, but this open attack is really nice. It only loses to like if he has just a single Vile Feast on our Draven, the open attack is bad, so let's go ahead and just play some cards here. So there's Flock. Flock is really good because it allows us to kill Viego pretty easily. So there's Babbling Beard, sure, we're gonna play Risen Rider, we're just gonna keep developing here. Alright, cool, so no Avalanche, so we're just gonna do some boop, boop, boop. So we're going to do some of this. We are going to pull the... What do we want to pull here? Probably just the 3/3 this way. I don't think I want to pull Viego. Maybe I do want to pull Viego. Yeah, we'll pull Viego. We'll actually do this. This is pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and get rid of a Rummage here because we have a bunch of draw in our hand. So we're going to actually axe this to kill Viego so we don't have to use our Flock. So this is really nice. So if you pull Viego to the front, nothing's died yet. So he has to have a glimpse in order to make his Viego not die to this right here. And if he glimpses, that means he doesn't have mana to Vile Feast our Draven. So it's pretty good for us. So let's see here. So it's just a Frostbite. Okay, that's actually really bad because now we can't Flock it because he didn't take any damage. Bright side, he's at 8, so we might be able to just go, like, draw some Get Exciteds and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and play a Poro. Play a Poro. Our Sion's really, really big, so if we end up playing Sion, that's good. So he's playing Frostbites, that's good to know. There's a Draven, which is really, really good for us. Hydrovine. Okay, let's see what we can draw. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Fallen Riders from Grave Physicians. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this then. Okay, so it looks like it's probably just going to be like a Get Excited Flock on the Viego. Oh, okay. So it's not even Get Excited Flock. It's just going to be like... Oh, I was going to block with Draven and then do some stuff. So we can do this. Oh, this has Fearsome. Poopy. Okay, this looks pretty okay. We go to 15. We get to Flock the Hydrovine. Does the Viego level is the question. So he's 10, so he needs 10 to level. Oh yeah, Viego's gonna level for sure. So that's pretty annoying. He's just outside of Get Excited Flock range. Okay, so if we do this... Very, very hard decision on what we want to do here. It is probably just a kill angle here. Or probably just, yeah. Yeah, it's probably just this. And then we're just going to flock the Hydravine. Because we just really don't want them to make any more encroaching mists. If he does this, he gets his thing back. So there's only 7 away. So we are going to, in fact, level the... we are going to level the Viego here. But that's okay. Because we're not going to play anything big. We're going to go to our turn before playing our big units. So, like, we're going to play this Poro because it's small. It's a small boy. Right, let me play the Poro. Let me play the Poro. So now, if we just draw second Get Excited with either of these Poros connecting, we have lethal. So he's going to steal my 2/2. That's fine. And now we get to play Draven, which is nice. We get to do a bunch of stuff here. So Draven is nice because it gives us axes. And then so that makes our Poros even more lethal. We might be able to even push in damage with the Overwhelm from Draven. Okay, it looks like not. Looks like we're not going to get in with Overwhelm. So how do we get blocks in? It looks like we might actually. Yeah, it looks like we actually can get some Overwhelm damage in here. Oh, Draven, which is really nice. Because we can do this, and then we can play the Boom Baboon. And then we can just burst speed out a Challenger unit, which is really nice. And then we'll just have the 0/2 pull the Viego to the side. So he doesn't actually have a way to block damage from the Draven. We can actually threaten lethal this turn. Which is really, really nice. He has 5 mana, though, so like Withering Wail makes us extremely sad. But if it's not Withering Wail, then we're pretty happy. I don't think they have Wail. I'm pretty sure they would have wailed us earlier. Not sure. It really comes down to if they have a Frostbite. Because if you want to play around Withering Wail, you just axe up the Draven here. This is where I wish I had open deck list. Oh, okay, cool. So we know they have, like, essentially nothing. So what we can do here is axe up. So they could have, like, Brittle Steel is the only thing possible. So we have to deal 10 damage this turn. Or not really. We just have to deal 7. So we do this. We're going to represent lethal and let him block and see what he does. He probably just blocks the non-overwhelm units. So we put him to 5. So yeah, that's good enough, right? And then we just can get excited. We just get excited his face. He goes to 2 and then Blighted Ravine kills him. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good to me. So we're going to kill him with his own Blighted Ravine. That's pretty poggers. Cool, so we got there. Extremely close game, though. Alright, so we're just going to get excited here while he's tapped out. The only possible card he could have here is Absorb Soul, but I highly doubt they're playing Absorb Soul. Cool. Got him, cool. So he beat this, like, weird control-y Viego Atrocity Indoor, probably, style deck. So that's really cool. So let's see if we can get another game in here for you. Alright, so we're against Renekton Xerath. So Mono Shurima. I actually tried a deck like this in early access. So I assume the idea is just to turbo level your Xerath and your Renekton, so you get Sun Disc leveled, and then you just win the game because you have a leveled Xerath in play. Or like level 3 Xerath. I did it with Azir because both Xerath and Azir can be leveled like non-interactively. So the problem with, oh cool, you get a little 4/2 fearsome unit. This card is so good, Risen Riders, man. This deck really is just free LP, just left and right. So the problem with Renekton is that your opponent can kind of interact with the Renekton by either stunning it or frostbiting it, or basically just they cannot allow your Renekton to level. Whereas with Azir, your opponent literally cannot stop you from leveling your Azir. They can't stop you from playing units, right? So the idea behind that was just you play units, you level your Azir, like your opponent can't stop it. Then you level your Xerath, your opponent can't stop it, and then boom, you just like herder, you win the game. So let's just do some of this. We're just gonna go ahead and just keep popping out. I like this. We're just gonna keep playing our 4/2 fearsome units. This deck kind of broken. This deck is kind of broken. Exhaust. Okay, that's kind of rude. That was extremely rude, my dude. So, yep, sounds good. We maybe could have played, like, the Boom Baboon. And then we could have got out a blocker, or, like, a challenger unit to make it so this thing can't block. But it should be okay. Should be okay. I like the Fortune Fearsome. I got blinded by the Fortune Fearsome light. Sure, so you just get a full swing in here. Sounds good. You're going down to 7. That makes me pretty happy. I think I am going to just try and level Draven again this game. I don't think that's worth it. I think I'd rather just keep my spinning axes here to discard things. Because their removal spell does 4 damage, like the, what is it called? Yeah, it's like, this does 4, so it kills it anyways. This thing, what's it called? The Rite of Arcane, it deals 4. So even if I leveled my Draven in this matchup specifically, having something that deals 4 and something that deals 3 is relatively the same. So we're going to stun the 3/2, so that way if they do want to challenge my Draven, they have to do it with their 4/2, so we get the better trade. And then it looks like we might just be killing them here on turn 6. Like, the thing about this Draven Sion deck, it's so crazy how aggressive it is, while at the same time... We're going to play this with get blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So we're not overdrawing. So you're like this insane mid-range deck that never runs out of value and is just this like infinite value train. But at the same time, you also get these random aggressive hands where you're playing like 4/2 Fearsomes and stuff on turn 2. Like we're killing our opponent on turn 6, so we don't even need Sion. This is kind of crazy. I mean, he could always have Pokesticks. No, that's just over. So yeah, this deck's crazy how it can be super mid-range in value and then still super aggressive. It's insane. So let's see if we can get one more game in here for you. Alright, so we're going to end the video off with the mirror match here. So win or lose, I'm going to show this match because I'm going to show you exactly how you win. So the biggest thing is having Sion on 7. That is the biggest thing. I got a little something on my webcam. What's that? Get off there. Get off my webcam. So the biggest thing is having Sion on 7. The second biggest thing is just trying to take board control early. So we're going to keep Sion on this mirror match. Like I said earlier, this is one of the only matchups that I personally keep Sion in my opening hand. Because you really want Sion early. So the biggest thing is if you're attacking on odds, you have Draven on 3. Is you want obviously Lost Soul early on. Poro Cannon is really good because... Excuse me. Poro Cannon is really good because it allows you to have like early game chip damage, as well as they trade well into 3/1s. I've seen a lot of people on the Asia servers go ahead and start playing a 1 of Farron and then like a 1 or 2 of Time Winder. That way they can... we're going to go get rid of one of these Aloofs here because we don't need 2 Aloofs. Aloof in this matchup is really like high risk, high reward. Because here we can attack with our 1/1 here. Just get our little chip damage in. People are playing... sorry, it's high risk, high reward because if you hit the like Lost Soul of your opponent, it's really bad. Oh, look, we drew our Sion. Okay. So yep, so there's this Draven. That's fine. We are going to go ahead and just Simp Dredger our Sion away. Got a Boom Baboon. That's good. So we gave our 4/3 Overwhelm, so that'll make it easier to attack into him. Back to what I was saying before about people on the Asia server were playing... I think I'm going to block with my Grave Physician here, just because I don't want to take a bunch of damage. So we're just going to block here, try and keep our health total high. Unfortunate that they have Draven, but we don't, but they're on the biggest fan game plan, and we are not. I think biggest fan is pretty good. I think I wouldn't mind being on the biggest fan game plan, because, oh my gosh, we've drawn just Sion. So, yeah, we're going to do this. I don't want to play my Daring Poro in case I end up wanting to Aloof. We'll see if they end up discarding a Lost Soul, because if you discard their Lost Soul for them, it feels kind of bad. However, if you discard their Sion, it feels really good. So we're going to see if they just don't have Lost Soul, and that's why they didn't do this. Oh, we top decked the Lost Soul for him, so that's pretty unfortunate. If you can snipe their Sion with the Aloof Travelers, it's really good. But again, you know, if you hit their Lost Soul for them, it feels pretty bad, man. I had to read that they didn't have Lost Soul because most players would have probably discarded the Lost Soul to get the Challenger unit in this position. But unfortunately, our opponent did not have the Lost Soul, and then we drew them into the Lost Soul with the Aloof Travelers. So, pretty feels bad, man. Let's see what happens here. We play Mystic Shot, which is really nice. So we can Boom Baboon, and then probably just Mystic Shot down like a 3/1 or something like that. Let's see, this probably pulls our 1/1. Yep, so that sounds good. This probably pulls our 3/1, and he axes it, if I had to guess. But yeah, we are going to just try and keep... if he does Axe, discard Axe, we can just block this. Okay, I was going to say we can block this with our 3-4, but looks like he's not going to allow us to do that. So what we can do is just try and mitigate the damage like this. So we're still ahead. If he axes up the 2-1 here, we can just Mystic Shot it to keep our 4-3 alive. This 4-3 is going to apply a good amount of pressure for us, which I personally really like. So what is this? So this is Poro Cannon away an Axe. Okay. And then Axe away a Poro. Very interesting. So that tells us that he probably doesn't have too much discard in his hand, which is really, really nice. We are going to save our 4-3 because we do need it to apply pressure. Attacking on odds is extremely important also in this matchup, which is a little bit of a feels bad man for us because we are attacking on evens. Attacking on odds is really nice because you just play Sion and swing, and it's, you know, it is what it is. It usually goes like, play Sion on 7, your opponent, and then the blocker plays Sion. You full swing, you trade Sions, and then whenever you go to attack with your Ephemeral Sion, if you have a challenger unit, you try and pull their Ephemeral Sion. And if it works, you're happy. If it doesn't work, you are sad. So let's go ahead and draw some cards. We'll talk about all that stuff when we get to it. Right now, we are not quite there. So we have another Sion. I'm going to be able to discard with Zonite Urchin here to give this 4-3 also Overwhelm. So we should be able to apply a decent amount of pressure here. And then hopefully just get there with our Scions. That would be really nice. Okay, so he was playing Grenadiers, so we're going to discard this. Oh my lord, how many Scions have we drawn this game? We've drawn so many Scions. This is absolutely bonkers. So we're just going to attack like this. We're going to pull in the 1-1. This looks pretty good to me. I want to keep the rest of my board back as good blockers. He gets like 1 trade here, but he's still taking a lot of damage. He goes all the way down to 7, which is nice. So here he goes to 9. We knew that his hand didn't have very many ways to discard cards previously, so maybe this Lost Soul gets stuck in his hand, who knows. Worst case scenario is they have Get Excited, and... Okay, so they're not going to have Get Excited for next turn. We are just going to Boom Baboon, because like I said, we just want blockers here. We want to not die to their Scion. We want to be able to play our Scion and kill them. Seems like a pretty good idea to me. So let's see if they even have Scion on 7. Usually if you have Scion on 7, you just kind of want to play it. Yep, so he drew Scion off the top there. It was the furthest left card in his hand. I don't know if he previously already had a Scion or if this guy is just, you know, top decking human being. We'll see what happens here. So they don't have any challengers, so they can't stop us from blocking all of this damage with our Scion, which feels pretty good, man. So... this is what I was talking about. You want to attack. We want to block with our Scion here. And then we're eventually going to want to pull his Ephemeral Scion with our Flame Chompers. But if he has Mystic Shot and we don't kill him on the swing back, we kind of just like lose the game. Because then he gets like 2 swings in with Scion, whereas we only got 1 swing in with Scion. And that's why being on odds is extremely important. So we're just going to try and save as much HP as possible here. So we're going to take our 4 damage. This is okay. I mean, on the bright side, we have 2 Scions, so unless we're dying on this attack, which we shouldn't be, I'm pretty okay with everything that's happening here. So we do that. So we get our attack in now. We get to pull in their Scion, and again, we just need them to not have Mystic or Flock to kill this unit. And so we get a big attack here. Let's see if they have it. If they have Mystic or Flock, I think we... Okay, so they have the Mystics. This is what I was talking about, why attacking on odds is so hard. Or sorry, attacking on evens is really hard because of this exact thing. So now we just have to kind of hope they don't have any more Get Exciteds. They're going to full attack. We can block another 4 damage here, so we only take 8. So we go to 3, so if they have Get Excited, we lose. This was kind of just like a matchup on odds thing. So like I said, I'm going to leave this in even if they have the Get Excited because, you know, I'm not afraid of showing you guys losses as long as they're informational losses. And this was a really, really good way to show you guys like how the mirror match typically plays out. Hopefully we can draw our own like Get Excited or something, and then we can just burn him. That would be nice, but we didn't. So, all right, Scion number 2, and we just hope that they don't have Get Excited in their hand. Or, I mean, Stun Spider obviously would be sad. So, they have Get Excited. So, we lose. Not much we can do. If we were attacking on odds, we win that game. Unfortunately, we were not the ones attacking on odds. So, this matchup is very much just try and save your HP. Like, they were attacking on odds with Draven on 3. There's not really much you can do about that. You just kind of have to say, okay. We also didn't have Lost Soul throughout that entire game, and they did. I think if we would have been able to remove the Draven, that would have been nice. If I could have saved 1 HP somewhere else, like, I think maybe Mystic Shotting to keep my 4-3 overall unit alive was pretty greedy. We probably could have just let that die. But then our opponents at, like, we'll say, like, our opponents at like 3 more HP, so they're at 5, but they still always die to this like second Sion. But yeah, so that's good. We'll go over kind of a general overview of the deck in the outro. So yep, see you guys in the outro. Okay, so overall thoughts on this deck. I mean, I think the deck is extremely strong. It has the highest win rate, highest matchup table, highest play rate across the board for the last couple of weeks now. Extremely, extremely strong. The only thing you consistently lose to is like Zoe Nami. And then, obviously, the mirror match is a little bit more luck dependent because it's just like who has the attack token, right? Unfortunately, like right there, we did not have the attack token. Or even if we had a Lost Soul, so we had a challenger that didn't die to Mystic Shot, that would have been really, really nice. But we didn't have that either. So extremely close game overall. We ended up dying to like an exact lethal from the Get Excited. So maybe if we could have saved the 2 HP elsewhere, could have forced them to have like Get Excited Mystic Shot or double Get Excited. But overall, I mean, this deck is extremely strong. There's a reason it's the most played and most win rate. I expect this to be the most brought deck to Seasonals next week. I'm bringing this deck to Seasonals. I don't know if I'll be bringing this exact list, but I'll be either bringing this list or I'll be bringing the list that plays like 1 Time Winder, 1 Farron. So that way, that's supposed to be better in the mirror match. So I'll be bringing that list. There's a couple different variations of this Sion Draven deck. So yeah, I think the deck is super strong. And if my recommendation would either be to bring this deck to Seasonals or try and ban this deck at Seasonals, deck's going to be extremely strong. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment below on what deck you guys want to see next in this on this YouTube channel. Go ahead and join my Discord. Link will be in the description below. We're trying to hit 1,000 Discord users before the end of the year, and we're really, really close to that. Make sure to subscribe here. I'm trying to hit 4,000 subs by the end of the year, and we're like pretty close to that. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.